grateful for you allowing me to speak here today. As I say, I'm utterly delighted to be here. So my name is Jane Marriott. I'm the UK High Commissioner. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what is going on in the UK, not in general political terms, you'll be delighted to know, but a little bit more in business terms. In March, the Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, gave the keynote speech at the British Chamber of Commerce Driving International Trade Conference in the City of London. So just before all of some of the recent tariff challenges that we have been discussing. He was proud to say that the UK is the world's largest net exporter of financial services, the second largest exporter of professional and business services, and the third largest exporter of the creative industries. Our trade is worth almost 2/3 of our GDP in the UK, and we remain committed to staying an open, globally connected economy, including with our friends here in Pakistan and from across the world who've joined us here today. You may have also heard our Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, say a number of times that the #1 mission for the UK government is delivering growth, to restore stability, to increase investment, and reform our economy to drive prosperity. And a big part of that mission is to create opportunities for mutual growth with bilateral partners and dispel some misconceptions. We believe that mutual growth and prosperity between the UK and Pakistan are two sides of the same coin and can be achieved through our growing trade and investment links, as well as our incredibly strong people-to-people collections, of which you are aware. Our current bilateral trade is only £4.4 billion. That can be so much more. I did say to my team when I arrived, what would it take to triple that trade? What would it take to hit the 10 billion, the 15 billion bilateral trade between our two countries in pound sterling terms? They gave me a very long answer, which basically said it's very hard, High Commissioner, but we're trying very, very hard. But we should be able to do things like this. There's currently 1.6 million people of Pakistani heritage in the UK, and over 500,000 journeys between our two countries every single year. That is not 500,000 people, that's quite a lot of you, quite a lot of us, me, racking up air miles as we go between those two countries and keep making and consolidating those links. The UK believes there is significant potential for greater trade and investment, as I said, driven by Pakistan's large youthful population, its strong entrepreneurial foundations, its location at the centre of global trade routes, more important now than ever, and its incredible natural resources. No wonder then that with some policy reforms in place, the World Bank estimates that Pakistan's economy could grow fivefold to $2 trillion by 2047. Pakistan's commitment to realising this potential is also increasingly evident. The economy has been stabilised, as shown by the positive statements and staff-level agreement reached with the IMF on its first review and the ongoing EFF programme. The upgrading by Fitch of Pakistan's credit rating to B- is also an acknowledgement of Pakistan's strong and persistent efforts in this field. And I personally have been delighted when meeting with the Prime Minister and others as part of the technical assistance and technical support we are giving to Pakistan of the personal commitment at the highest levels for making some of those tough choices and delivering those tough results. Ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you, although I hope you would not need any assurance, that the UK is a long-term partner to support Pakistan to achieve its potential. Are we doing this out of pure altruism? No, not really. We think you're a great country to work with. We think you're a great country to trade with. We think there is incredible opportunity. We see your success as also impacting positively on our success. And UK support for your success is concentrated around 4 key channels, which I just want to touch on briefly today. First, we know that business and the private sector development have a key role to play, and the UK is here for the long term as a trade and investment partner for Pakistan's businesses. We're proud to be one of Pakistan's largest sources of foreign direct investment, according to the SBP's most recent figures. Over 200 British companies operate and invest here, from small and medium-sized enterprises to the large multinationals who are your household names, with the 5 largest contributing 1% to Pakistan's GDP. But like most frontier markets, a strong risk appetite is needed to do business here, and those that take the long view do fare better. And that's why the reform journey I just mentioned, that the government that Pakistan is undertaking is so crucial to Pakistan's long-term fortunes, and one on which Pakistan and its government must stay the course. Providing policy stability and predictability will help shape our respective growth trajectories and improve Pakistan's reputation as a new place to do business. Our trading relationship is also highly valuable and predictable thanks to the UK's Developed Countries Trading Scheme. We know where we stand with each other on tariffs, and that is not changing. The scheme provides long-term preferential access to the UK market without asking for any trade concessions in return. Because, as I say, we believe in the growth potential of the bilateral trade relationship. In time, Pakistan's economy will graduate out of this category and we will come to a different sort of trading relationship. But for now, this is the one that we've got to help benefit Pakistan, to help benefit the UK, to help benefit the world. And this is why we're working to invest and deepen our trade relationship to strategically grow exports, to attract investment, to address business environment ideas, and to identify market access opportunities and barriers with which we can work with you to overcome, all in ways that benefit both our countries. The UK government has helped British businesses win over £250 million worth of business here in the last 3 years in areas where we've been traditionally strong: healthcare, education, and engineering. But whether it's ensuring the supply of life-saving drugs and driving innovations in healthcare, or providing Pakistani students with access to UK degrees via transnational education from our leading universities that they can take here in Pakistan, or master planning new smart cities and delivering efficiencies in the energy sector, we're all keen to combine world-leading British expertise with Pakistani vision, capability, and hard work. We're also seeing UK business interest in emerging growth areas such as mining and professional services. For example, the VAIR Group is providing industry-leading energy-efficient sustainable solutions to the Reko Diq project. We also look at broader UK support around technical assistance, DFIs and climate. As a second aspect of UK support to Pakistan's economic potential, the UK government is committed to maintaining a long-term technical support to Pakistan's ongoing economic reforms. And over the many years here, we've provided this technical assistance to support Pakistan in macro-fiscal stability and a better business environment. So our $45 million program, Revenue Mobilization, Investment and Trade, known as REMIT to some of you, plays a key role here in supporting the government of Pakistan's objective on macroeconomic stability and improving the economic environment for high, sustained and inclusive growth. And this program is specifically focused on improving the investment climate, something very dear to all of your hearts here today, with flagship initiatives including investment climate reform packages being developed to the new energy policy vehicle and support to develop and implement the government of Pakistan's economic transformation agenda. We are, for example, funding a study on intellectual property, working towards a system where infringement is effectively deterred by stronger laws and regulations, and counterfeiting issues are dealt with swiftly, leading to more confidence in the Pakistan market. Like many of these things, it's easy to do the study, it's easy to do the legislation, the hard part is the implementation, but we have to start on that journey somewhere. And I know that many of you have raised challenges around IP as issues in your revenue mobilization. So this study in time will seek to promote policy dialogue and share best practice in IP legal protection, regulation and IP administration. There are currently significant losses at play in the system for the UK, other international investors, and also here in Pakistan, including a 20% loss of sales revenue due to ineffective IPR implementation. This matters to all of us, but it also matters to the exchequer and to that tax revenue. So it's a small thing that has a disproportionately significant potential around development of IP. Our third pillar in the UK is around development finance. We're a key player here in this space. The UK is helping to crowd in private finance for clean energy and climate adaptation and to improve access to finance for SMEs. British international investment alone, so the UK's, what used to be CDC, the UK's investment wing, has committed over $500 million in Pakistan, focusing mainly on renewable energy projects, supporting nearly 30,000 jobs and helping provide nearly 500 megawatts of clean energy through wind and solar to over 1 million Pakistanis. We supported financial institutions over the past decade actively contributing to the creation of key financial institutions, including Karamdars, Infra Zameen, Pakistan Microfinance Investment Company, and Parvez Financial Services. And these are great. These are all Pakistani-led, and that's how they should be. And then every now and then I'm kind of like, could we have a tiny bit of credit because we did help do this, because this is how committed the UK is to Pakistan. Because through these initiatives, we've helped facilitate job creation as well as expanding access to SMEs. And finally, the UK is unlocking climate financing for Pakistan through our $120 million Climate Investment Fund for Pakistan. This fund was launched last year and aims to mobilise private investment, that's quite a few of you in this room, into adaptation and mitigation projects. We all know that the number one challenge in the globe, yes, cost of living, yes, wars raging, yes, challenges around representation, but actually climate change is the thing that is going to come and get us while we're all busily focusing on the micro issues of today. So focusing on that adaptation and resilience is going to be absolutely key to Pakistan's future, which is one of the most vulnerable countries to climate change in the world. Not Pakistan's fault, but it is nonetheless going to be one of its greater victims unless we mobilise private sector finance into adaptation and resilience. And this includes recent UK support to list Pakistan's first green action bond, development of the green taxonomy, green banking guidelines, and the application of climate risk quantification. In particular, we did a study around the costs of inaction, which I hope some of you may have heard about. So what happens if Pakistan doesn't take action on climate? The answers are really quite scary. About half of the current land will not be suitable for agriculture, and it will be pretty hard to keep any livestock here by 2050 if adaptation is not done. And if those figures don't keep you awake at night, then I want to see your doctor and know what you're taking to sleep that soundly when you should all be focusing on what we're doing on this. So in conclusion, the UK is committed to supporting Pakistan's economic growth ambitions in a way that promotes mutual growth, in a way that promotes trade and investment, and that increases UK business engagement with the country. Supporting Pakistan's economic growth requires commitment to economic reform and improvements to the business environment. These are not new concepts to any of you. You've been talking about it for the last day. But the success of businesses requires not just business acumen and innovation, but also a stable macroeconomic environment and a favourable business environment. So we're pleased to see Pakistan making some progress along that front, and we hope that Pakistan continues that journey, and we will stand by Pakistan as it makes that journey. Finally, I'd like to say a congratulations and thanks to the event organisers and all partners involved in organising this wonderful, amazing conference here tonight. Leaders in Islamabad, but leaders from all over the place. I've already run into people from Egypt, from London, as well as all other parts of Karachi. And a thank you to my friend Mohammed Ahsan to bring us all together. So thank you, my friend. Have a good break. Thank you, everybody.